Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and today I'm bringing you a couple of new how-to videos on how to install a couple of mods for Napoleon Total War, and I'm kind of just going to group them together into one video. So the first part of this video is actually going to cover the Great War mod installation for Napoleon Total War. And then the second part of this video, which I'll leave a comment in the description for when it starts, is going to be the Darthmod, how to install the Darthmod for Napoleon Total War. And then the third part is actually going to, it kind of came out by accident, because I was having a lot of issues actually running Darthmod and the Great War off of Napoleon Total War in the same folder. And I tried dividing the folders like I usually do for my third age, and it really wasn't working. It just continuously crashed. So the third part is actually going to cover, if you want to have both of the mods, how to uninstall the Darthmod so that the Great War will work, and then how to actually reinstall it. It's very, very easy to do, and you can actually also use both of them together. It's just, unfortunately, if you want to just use the Great War only without the Darthmod, you have to uninstall it, because every time that I tried to launch the Great War mod with the Darthmod would just go over the Great War mod, which looked epic, but, you know, sometimes it's not really necessary for us to have the Darthmod on everything. So, alright, so let's start off with the Great War mod first. So, basically, the first thing that we're going to need here is a mod launcher. So, if you guys go into your Google search bar and type in Mitch Mod Manager, and the reason that we're getting a mod manager for Napoleon Total War is because with Rome 2 and Attila and Warhammer, as soon as you launch the game, it actually has a launcher built in. But for Medieval 2 and Napoleon and Rome 1 and Shogun 1, it doesn't. So this is the link that we're going to need here. So you can see the tool mod manager right here. And then make sure it's from the TotalWarCenter.net, so make sure that matches. So if we go in here, it's going to kind of load up the forum page, and then this is what we want right here, this little mod manager pack. Now you can run Rome 2 and Attila and others off it, but I don't really see the point just because it's already built in to the launcher anyways. But if you scroll down, you should see like a little red download. So if you hit OK on that, a little bar will come up saying that it's going to start in a couple seconds. And then you can see it starting to download down here. So I already have that, so I'm just going to cancel it. And let's go ahead and take care of installing that first. So if we go into the downloads folder, you can see that I have a number of versions just because I've downloaded a number of times. But this is what you're looking for here. Mod Manager version 2.0. So basically when you open it up with WinRare, it's going to have a little executable inside. So if you right-click that and then just... or you don't have to right-click it, sorry. You just have to double-click it, and it'll actually open up the mod manager, and it'll install it. So once it installs, then you'll kind of see the mod manager pop up like this. Most likely, if I can reset it for you, Attila, I think is the one that we want. Keep in mind, guys, this mod launcher is extremely slow. It does crash quite a bit, just from you can see with the mod manager not responding type thing there. But we basically only need it for Napoleon Total War, which is fine. So it's still working on its thing here, but we can go ahead and just close that for now. So here's the little mod manager logo over here. So as long as you have that, then we're good. I think as soon as you extract the files, that little icon will pop up here. So that's the first step done for the Great War mod. So we can go ahead and exit that. And then the next thing we need to do is download the files. So if you guys go to moddb.com, I'll go ahead and delete it here. So this is what you would come into as the kind of loading screen. And if you just start typing in the Great War, it's going to be the first one that pops up here. So go ahead and hit that. And then there's a bunch of articles. The mod creator is constantly updating things on this mod. So it's really, really nice to see. But it'll tell you exactly which, in the file section, it says like which ones are outdated and which ones we need. So basically, we're going to be installing the Great War 5.1, which is the most up-to-date version. And then there's a patch as well, so we'll update the 5.1.4 patch. So if we right-click on that, hit Open New Tab, hit Open New Tab. And then we've got the 5.1. So double check your file size. I always say this to you guys. Half the time when I find people that are having issues, it's just because their files have downloaded incorrectly. So this is the file size that we want. So if we go ahead and hit download now, and we're going to have a little annotation come up in the bottom left-hand corner of our screen as soon as it's ready to go. There we go. So you can see it's downloading, but I already have that, so I'm going to hit cancel. And then for the patch, go ahead and hit download now again. And I'm just waiting to show you guys that it actually will start downloading. So yeah, so you'll have both of these packs. So I'm going to cancel those. So I'm going to minimize that. And then we're going to get it into the correct folders that we need. So first off, we're going to start with the Great War 5.1. Okay, so if you guys have the ability, open up 2 of the file managers here, just so you can follow the pathway but still have your downloads folder open. So basically what we're going to have to do is go for local C, program files 86, down to Steam, Steam apps, common, and then there's Napoleon Total War right there. And then the data folder we can click on. And you can see I've already got all the... Whoops, my bad. Double click there. You can see that I've already got all the Great War packs, but you guys will not have these in here. It'll just be like the regular packs like this here. So if we go ahead over to our downloads now, remember, don't start with the patch. We're going to start with the Great War 5.1. So we'll double click on that. And nope, we don't need to buy. And basically what we can just do is take this folder and kind of drag it out into our downloads folder so we can extract it. Another thing is you can hit up this extract to and then select your downloads folder. I just find it's easier to kind of drag it like so. And we're just going to let it download. I just like to show you guys as much as possible that it actually does work. You know, I don't like to skip steps because then, you know, it may have crashed for you and you're like, hey, how come mine crashed and I didn't see yours downloading properly? So it did download properly. So here we go. We've got a data and a README file. Okay, once we go in, so try and follow along as best as you can. So we can go ahead and drag the README in there. And if anything says destination already has a file, just replace the file. And then we're going to open the data folder. So now this is very important. So we're in the data folder. So look at the top, Steam Apps, Common, Napoleon Total War Data. And then you can see that they kind of match here. So we got a Campaigns and a Campaigns. So in the Napoleon Data folder, if we click on Campaigns, you guys will not have these, so disregard these. But you should have all of these other ones here. Okay, so when you double click on Campaign, you will see, hey, there's the first folder. So if I just drag it into here, you won't get this icon because you haven't downloaded this before. So I will because I've already got it in there. But once you drag it in, it should just pop in, just like this with the main. But I'm just going to replace the files. There, so now our folder should be empty. Okay, so if we go back, then we need to select the Great War. Okay, and now this is very, very important. This launcher is trash. It does not work. This has caused me hours of headache, and this is the reason why we downloaded the Mitch mod launcher. Because this mod launcher does not work. If you click on it, it'll say, oh, the Napoleon destination executable cannot be found. And I've tried to put it in a number of different folders in my Napoleon Total War folder, and it just does not find it. Okay, so disregard that. We don't need that. But going into the files, so here is all our data files here. Okay, and if you guys recall, in your data folder, you're missing all of them. And I have them. It's just because I've already done this. So if we just scroll down, select all, and then drag across. And then if it asks to replace any, just say yes, replace to all. And there we go. So now you should have all of your packs in the Napoleon data folder, and you should have none of them left here. And then we've got some options as well. So this is the loading screen options. So if you guys are interested in any of these, you can drag them over. So I really like large armies, so I'm going to drag the large scale armies in there and replace that. Don't want small scale, don't want less blood. I don't know why you would want that. Authentic text, that's kind of for different languages. So I believe if you decided to play as the German Empire, the Germans would be speaking authentic German. But I would just rather them to all speak English. And then you can have trails, normal, none, or minimal. I don't really care, so I don't need to drag those over. So you can leave those in there, whichever ones you don't want. It doesn't matter, because we're just going to go back out. And this folder is trash now. We don't need it. Okay? So now what we need to do... I'm just getting rid of that other one, because Again, I've already done this, but... So now what we need to do is go to the Great War 5.1.4 patch. So we're kind of just going to do the exact same thing again. So we've got our patch folder here, so just drag it back into your downloads. And we can close WinRAR there. So if we open it up, so we've got another README file, and you can see that we've got a README file in the data folder here. So again, keeping an eye on my pathway. So we can just drag that in. And then in the data, in the campaigns, aha, so look, we've got a main and a multiplayer. Okay, so let's go back a bit. I'm sorry, data, and then go back into campaigns. So yeah, now it makes sense where I've got these two, because in the other one we didn't have two. So basically all I have to do, drag this main over into here, and replace it. And then drag this multiplayer one over here. And it probably won't ask you to replace it because you won't have it, but I obviously have to. And now yours should look like this. You should have all of these, and then this folder should be empty. And then we're not done yet. We're almost done, but we just back out and hit the Great War again. Again, disregard that launcher, that stupid launcher, and then hit the files. So we've got some updates to the packs. So if we hit back to go back into our data folder, some of these have been updated. So let's go ahead and drag all of these over into the data. Replace all the files in the destination, yes. Excellent, and then we've got an options folder as well. So remember those options that I showed you before? They have been updated as well. So I'm going to take my large scale back. Replace. And if you want any of these other ones, let's say you're like... you know, I'm installing this for my little brother. I don't think my mom or dad would like to have him with a ton of blood. So just drag this less blood over, and then it'll just be lessened in the game. Alright, so good. So that's pretty much everything. So if we go back out, we can get rid of those folders now. Just empty my recycle bin. And that's pretty much it. So, I probably shouldn't have closed that, because I have to show you guys how to do Darthmod. So I'm just going to minimize that. Can get rid of this here. And we're going to go ahead and right-click on the mod manager and hit Run as Administrator. And then here is what should come up for you guys. So you should see all of the Great War packs here, and they're probably all unchecked. So you'll have to check all of them off. And then make sure that this says Attila. So if it, or sorry, make sure it says Napoleon. If it says Attila, all you have to do is go up to the game and then select the game that we're trying to run the mod off. So that would be Napoleon here. And then you can hit the tool and launch the game, or you can hit the launch button. And then once we do that, if we minimize it, it actually loads this little screen here. So this is another issue that I had found with the mod manager. I was waiting for, 5, 10, 15 minutes trying to see if it would load, and it actually has another little launch screen that loads up behind it. So all you have to do is hit OK, and then no reason to cut out any of the video. It's not third age, so I don't think I'll get copyrights for letting the music go. So it may take a little bit of time for it to load up, but then I'll show you guys that the Great War mod does work.
Sega.
We can exit all these cutscenes. So there we go. It is working. All right. Alright, and I'll just show you if we go into play battle land. So there's all the custom battles here, which is very nice. So if we hit continue, you can see all of the factions here that are listed. So if I just pick some random factions, Germany versus Russia, and hit play, I'll just kind of show you guys that it is in fact working. So there you go, you can see all the units are there, as listed. And if we hit start battle, you can see that it works. Okay, so I'm going to hit quit battle there, exit. Just exit out of all this and quit. So there you have it, guys. So that's how to install the Great War mod. So if this is all you're interested in and you don't really care about the Darthmod, you can sign off for now. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you found the video helpful. And if you have any issues, just leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, so the next one that we're going to install is the Darthmod. And the Darthmod doesn't really require this mod manager at all. It's pretty self-sufficient, I found anyways. So basically all we need to do is, again, go to moddb.com. So I'm going to delete that here. And then all you have to do is start typing in Darthmod at the top. And if we scroll down, you can see that it's got some setup and things that they've added as well, which is very good. And then we're looking for the files. So here is the most up-to-date version, I believe. It's 2.65. So if we click on that, and there should be a little downloads now icon here. And again, it should actually pop up in the bottom left-hand corner of your guys' screen. There it is. But I don't need that because I already have it. So once that finishes downloading, we're going to kind of go into the same spots. And let's actually kind of start this over. So here we are here. So if we go into the downloads folder, so you can see that we've got the Darthmod edition here. And this is actually an installer, so we actually don't have to drag any files over. You just have to double click on it. And it's going to launch the install program here, so you can hit next. And next. Yes, you agree. And then make sure that it's going Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Napoleon, Total War. And if you don't have it saved on your C drive, just make sure it says like D or E or whatever you got it saved on. And hit next again and start. And there it goes. So it's going to start extracting the download now. And it's working on it, working on it. Again, I don't want to cut this out because if your guys' copies like freeze or say not responding or anything like that, you may wonder if mine did the same thing. But it doesn't. It just goes straight through. It works flawlessly. So if you guys are having troubles of that nature, make sure to try and re-download your Darthmod Napoleon Edition from ModDB. But there we go. So successfully installed, so we can hit exit there. And then let's go make sure that it went in. So if we hit local C, program files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Napoleon Total War, and Data. And then there, DMN. So there's the Darthmod right there. So it's got all the boot packs kind of in a file, and you can leave it in the file there. You don't have to unpack them all into this section. So if you double click on the Darthmod, here is the little executable. And as you can see, I've kind of got mine saved at the bottom here. So if you double click that, and beware guys, the sound when you start it is extremely loud. So I'll show you right away how to mute it, but just maybe turn down your speakers a sec here. So if we double click it, so there we go, it's loaded. So go up to settings, and then you can just hit the audio off. All right. And then for the settings, they've got a single player and a multiplayer default. So I guess depending on which one you want to play. So we'll just hit the multiplayer default there. and then it says it's reverted for multiplayer games. And then it'll automatically load the options, so you've got a bunch of different choices for stuff that you can check off. And then see how my executable is here, so you can just, I just right click it and pin it to my taskbar. And then, that stupid audio came back. And then basically go to File. Or is it File? Hold on, I have to remember. Oh, sorry, Auto Start. So then enable the Auto Start, so that every time you launch this executable, it'll just automatically start the Darthmod. And then, yeah, we can just exit that there. And we can minimize all this stuff. And then I'll load up the game. With my recording software, it might be a little bit glitchy, so I might have to make a small cut and then show you guys the finished product once I get inside. Alright guys, so we are in. Yeah, unfortunately I had to make a quick cut. I always have a problem with that by recording the desktop and then trying to record a game. I have to kind of cancel it and then start a new video and then merge them together. But yeah, so you can see the Darthmod Napoleon has activated. And in the single player, if we play a battle, I know that they did add a lot to the sea. So if we hit continue here, you can see that a lot of the roster has been bolstered for a lot of the factions here. So we've got United Kingdom here. Guess we can United Kingdom against France. And I'm just going to start a quick battle just so you guys can see that it's actually working. But for those of you guys, I don't know if you know how to install the Great War mod, but if you guys do want to have them both working at the same time, I just can't get it to work, unfortunately. You kind of almost have to you have to delete the Darthmod and then kind of reinstall it later when you want to play it. I don't know if that's something to do with Napoleon in itself or what, but...
Selecting the boarding button orders an
yes,
attempt to board.
Go.
Closing with the target and sending an...
I do not need to hear you, buddy. So there you go. Darthmod is working. No crashes so far. I played probably 5 or 10 just battles on my own time in the Darthmod, and it seems pretty stable. So I'll go ahead and quit that for you guys. Yes, decisive defeat. So sad. Oh, did I just start that up again? Alright guys, well, I'm going to make another game screen to show you guys how to uninstall the Darthmod. Alright guys, so we are back now. I've exited Darthmod, and you haven't missed anything else. So now becomes the question, if you want to play, you have the Darthmod installed and you want to play the Great War mod, there may actually be a way for them to work together, but I've tried for a couple of days now, and I can't seem to find a stable way for them to work together. But then again, it's very, very easy to just uninstall the Darthmod and then reinstall it later. Okay, so if we get both of our file folders back out here, so we've got our Darthmod pack here. So just ensure that you hold on to this little file here. It's not very big, so just keep the installer. It, like you saw, it took, what, 2 minutes for it to install? It's not a big deal. So if we back out into the data folder and then back out into Napoleon Total War, you can see this little uninstall Darthmod Napoleon here. So if you just double click on that, it'll say it'll install it from the hard drive, so you hit OK, and boom, it's gone. And then you can just hit delete on that, and then you can see that it is all gone, and then you will be able to launch the Great War again. And then once you want it again, just double click on this, reinstall it, and then you're good to go. And I will try to search for you guys for like a legitimate way to get them both to work together, but try as I might, so far I haven't found anything. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I think I've covered everything that I need to cover. Like I said, if you guys have any issues, just feel free to let me know in the comments section. And keep in mind, this isn't my job or anything. It's just a hobby. So I do work 12-hour shifts during the day. So I am quite busy, but I have my phone on me. Usually I have YouTube to update me on the comments pretty regularly. And then if I have a spare second, I'll try to get back to you guys ASAP. But yeah, hopefully this install was helpful for you guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more how-to videos in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.